Well, aren't they sharing some of this technology with other manufacturers?
Well, to get back to you on that, I believe there is some cooperation, which of course, there's lots of cooperation. Rivian is cooperating with General Motors.
Yeah.
Uh, Everybody's cooperating. I mean, Honda is selling General Motors EVs right now. With the what used to be called the Ultium platform and now is just called the GM EV architecture.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. What else is on tap? What else would kind of struck your fancy out there?
Now, let me hit some buttons.
Said good looking product.
Oh yeah. Well, General Motors was at the show, but they only had a small unmanned portion here for GMC Buick and Cadillac. So GMC Buick and Cadillac weren't on the main floor. They just had a small thing out in the lobby as you walked in through the
Mhm.
main doors.
Okay. Cadillac seems to be proliferating a lot on the electric platforms, especially the SUV market. But we'll table that. What's that you got there in front of us? That looks like a Porsche.
Yep, you got it. That's a Carrera GT. It's like the one that Scott Walker was killed in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And so that was one of the, hypercars from Porsche. And here is one of the very first plug-in hybrid hypercars ever to come from any manufacturer. That, of course, is the Porsche 918 Spider, which is a performance-oriented plug-in hybrid.
Mhm.
I forget it had something crazy like 18 miles electric range.
It's like, why bother?
That's
Well, it
great.
was meant for two reasons to make it much meaner, but also to barely squirt by to barely skirt by European laws that don't allow gasoline burning cars inside main metropolitan areas like London or Paris.
That's crazy. I remember a dealership in Southwest Florida walking in, and they had a handful of those, charging on the showroom floor. Not new; they were, pre-owned, but it was quite a anomaly the first time walking in and seeing something plugged in like that.
Oh yeah. So now Porsche has always had a big presence at the LA Auto Show. And usually, I don't know if you can see it was right around it was right around that corner around there in our own separate room.
Okay.
They've got a little dining area, and that you could, if you tricked them and hid your badge or something, you'd walk in, get some good beef and some alcohol and stuff.
I see that
But
It says Porsche Lifestyle. Is that what you're talking about back there in that corner?
oh no, that's
Oh,
in
okay.
previous years. If you
Okay.
see now, Porsche downtown LA.
Yeah.
So now Porsche US, the Porsche USA is not there. And so downtown Porsche, which has a grand opening on their new place pretty soon, they brought in a bunch of Porsches themselves. They brought in those two supercars up in the front, which are kind of older, but they also had a good smattering of their present product.
What's
And again,
underneath
it
the
was,
hood?
I didn't get a chance to find out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But
But since it wasn't Porsche USA, it probably was not a big premiere.
okay.
So on the right hand side of the floor, the one where we normally walked in first, they had a huge Ford area, and there weren't any typical new products from Ford. Oh,
Legos or is that
this
Duplo?
is it's back to the Porsche area.
Okay.
So I was just contrasting, which one of these would cost you less, that or that, this one or this one. Yeah, so
Yeah, there is no substitute. That's for sure. Yeah, think risky business. Anyway, go ahead.
and now
Okay.
they had a real cool area inside. In fact, It was sponsored by this company. I don't know if you can see that. That's
Spark.
Spark, yeah.
Okay.
Huge area in the middle,
Okay.
and they had all kinds of fancy stuff. This was the what's called the JDM stuff, which is basically vehicles that were originally sold and purchased in the Japanese home market.
Okay. They look like
Japanese,
drifters. I mean,
yep. Now
those.
they're modified. There were drifters. There were race cars of all sorts of different styles and types. In
Let
the
me tell
Middle
you,
East,
that's huge business in Japan, and a lot
oh,
of that's coming over here. Australia as well. I mean, it's crazy the amount of money that the Japanese up market is, aftermarket, excuse me, is for all of these tuning vehicles that they have, and a lot of that, has come to the States, but not like it is in Japan.
yep. Got an RX-7 there, modified quite a bit. And look at the back. Do you recognize what that is?
That looks like that's a Skyline.
Yep. Good eye.
That's a Skyline. It's a Skyline in front of you there as well, a more recent model.
Yep, I
There
believe
should be
so.
a right-hand drive.
Yep. Yeah,
Those
you
are
can
the
look right through the
Australian.
windshield.
Yeah,
And
those are
yeah,
the Australian vehicles that I was talking about.
Mm.
no, these are Japanese domestic market.
They are okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, the Skyline. Yeah, you could barely make that out. It kind of looks like an old 70s BMW. The shape of it. But it's like I said, it's a if you watch the Fast and the Furious, series, you can see a lot of those cars that were in that production. And
Mm.
the crazy thing when you look at some of the motorsports in Australia, here domestically, the cars go counterclockwise around the track. In Australia, they go clockwise, and a lot of them are racing, stuff like you see here. And especially on the road circuits, you'll see a lot of the Skylines that have been modified, much
Huh.
like you would have seen, BMWs and um, on the road circuits. That's old NSX, isn't it?
Yes, but it's a Honda NSX.
Ah, okay. Okay. So it's not an accurate one. Okay. Gotcha. And again, because it's Japanese,
Yep,
that's
there's a
is that a
GTR by the
Nissan?
time. Yeah, that's a GTR by the time they've dropped the Skyline name from it.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Holy crap. Oh,
Now
that's
we're getting a
that's
little bit.
different.
This is still the Spark Room, as you can tell by the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
That was the first Bugatti, the EB110, the first one in modern times after the name was purchased by Volkswagen Group and turned into their ultra uber, crazy ass.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's insane how sleek that is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
and this is before they worked with the W16. So this just has a little bitty pissant quad turbo V12.
Okay, I see Peterson Automotive Museum. Did they loan these cars to out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bucket list for me is going to the Peterson. And I know they rotate a lot of the vehicles they have on site, but that just like
Oh yeah, I'll
had
have
a
to go
chance to
with you
go
sometime.
yeah, I had a chance to go to the Henry Ford Museum years ago when we had a meeting up there with our friends in Dearborn, and just an incredible array of vehicles. And they had locomotives in there. That's how big this joint was. And
Oh,
they
they had
actually had
trains.
a stagecoach,
Wow.
Oh
from
yeah.
the 1870s. But locomotives, I mean, huge locomotives from the early 20th century.
Oh yeah.
And
Walter both been to the Ford Museum a few times.
oh my
Really?
God.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's right next to
Been a little while, but yeah,
Is
when
that
we
in
went to
Detroit?
Detroit.
yeah, it's in
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Detroit.
that's so long ago. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'll have to
funny
go get
because
it.
the some of the stage set, and they had different vehicles besides Ford in there. I mean, they had just also, I mean, they had a Chrysler turbine in there, which,
Oh yeah, it's an automotive museum. They had
exactly, it wasn't exclusive to Ford Motor Company,
yeah, they
but
had a hybrid that was built in 1919.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, electric vehicle that I think Jay Leno has one of those with the battery packs. I can't think of the brand.
Hypercar.
Yeah, but
Beamer
again,
maybe one.
no, no, no. This is from the early 20th century,
Oh
that
yeah.
was competing against Model Ts at the time. It escapes me. I'll
How
think
do you
of it.
like this cutaway Lamborghini? You can barely tell it's a Lamborghini.
Yeah, it looks like a
Got the
Oh,
Batmobile.
I thought it was one that was wrecked on the the 505. Uh,
I think they put an aftermarket turbo on there. I'm not sure.
I
yeah,
thought that was a robot. That engine looks crazy.
yeah, it kind of does.
Looks like legs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Those tires ought to put down some rubber.
yeah.
Jeez.
That's a lot of patch.
Is this street legal?
Oh, well, I don't know. It depends on how good you pay off people or not.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you and it really helps out.